Chris Gunzz here with Willie the Great Nelson, fresh off his HBO debut win over tough Luciano Cuello. Willie, thanks for taking time to talk to me so soon after a tough fight like that. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling fine, feeling alright, relaxing.
And before we get to your most recent fight, let's go back to the beginning. You live in Cleveland, Ohio. Were you born there too?
Yes, I was born in Cleveland, the east side of Cleveland.
And what was it like growing up there?
Pretty rough, like any other inner city. There's a lot of gangs, drugs, and violence, and it's easy to get into.
And take me inside the Nelson household. Who was in it, and what was it like?
Growing up, I pretty much, I was staying with my mother all up to like I was 6 years old. We was going from house to house, family to family, and around like 5, 6 years old, my sister, one summer she came and picked up me and my brother, told us that we was live with for the summer. Pretty much, me and my brother started living with my sister. At the time, growing up, it was just me, my brother, which is a year older than my older sister, and she had one daughter, who was around like 4 years old at the time. Just pretty much, it was just us. So my sister having more kids, but besides that, from my mom, I'm the youngest of 7, and I have another sister on my father, so they made youngest of 8, the total altogether.
Wow, 8. It's like a baseball team.
Yeah, pretty much.
What kind of kid were you?
Well, growing up, I was the average bad kid. I was only thing I really liked doing was fighting. I didn't care for too much nothing besides fighting, and I was just hard to get along with. Growing up, I always had a chip on my shoulder, always mad about something or at someone. So I was just pretty much a hard kid to get along with.
How'd you get involved in boxing?
My mailman happened to be a boxing coach, and my sister she kept bugging my mailman, telling him that she had a little brother that wanted to box. And one day he just got tired of her bugging, and he just came pick me up.
Mailman? That's a first. Never heard of a mailman getting you involved. Did it come easy to you, or was it something that you had to work hard at?
Pretty much something I had to work hard at. I might say something I had to work hard at. It's something I love doing, and I just had to work hard for it, and I like doing it, so it didn't come easy because I like doing it.
Yeah, how old were you when you first went to a gym?
When I first started boxing, I was 10 years old.
10? Yeah. Ohio's one of the great boxing states. What was the atmosphere like in Ohio boxing at the time you were coming up?
Well, when I was coming up, I actually started at 10 years old, and around the time I started boxing, a lot of kids start at like 6, 8 years old. So I had to play a catch-up game like with other kids, but I pretty much caught on fast, and I said probably like a year and a half the next year, I was making it to nationals and beating most of the notable names, like kids that was around in that area.
And you had over 200 amateur fights. That's practically
unheard of. 200 amateur fights.
Yeah, that's incredible because you don't hear about even people having 100 no more. But what's your total record? Do you remember it?
I don't know. It was over 250 amateur fights. I had like 22, 23 losses.
That's great though. Did you fight anybody that we would recognize the name of?
Well, 2 people I know for sure is Danny Garcia. I beat Danny Garcia in amateurs when we was younger, and I beat Vernon Parrish in the amateurs when we was younger.
And Danny made it pretty far. How good was he back then?
Danny was a great amateur. Only thing, he probably was a slow starter, but once he got started and he got in the rhythm, it was it's pretty much beating anybody and everybody.
And where's some of the places that you went to and are happy you got a chance to see through boxing? Because most people where'd you travel to?
Through boxing, I went to Denmark, Finland. I've been to England, all about the United States, from Nevada, California, Las Vegas, New Mexico, DC, Pennsylvania, New York. I've been to a lot of places because of boxing, so that's one good perk I got from it.
Yeah, it's incredible. Most people don't leave their state, let alone leave the country. So you were international too?
Yes,
Did you plan on going to the Olympics?
No, I really didn't have no plan of going to the Olympics. Even when I first started boxing, like I didn't know too much about Olympic boxing until I started boxing. But my dream was always be a professional world champ. Like, of course, it's heavyweight world champ, but unfortunately, I can't be a heavyweight. So my dream was to become world champ. So that's why I pursued like turning pro. Like I never had no dreams or no intention for the Olympics.
Well, you're as tall as a heavyweight. That's one good thing.
Yeah.
What made you decide to turn pro when you did?
It's just something I just always wanted to do. Like pretty much me boxing was, for me to turn pro, pretty much up until I could turn pro. Like I said, I ain't have no Olympic dreams or anything like that. So like soon as I became age to turn pro, I was ready to turn pro and pursue my dreams of becoming world champ.
And who was your first fight against? Do you remember who it was and what the result was?
My first fight was against a guy named Diego Villaba. He was it was on a Broadway boxing card in New York.
How'd you like fighting without the headgear and the big gloves?
It's pretty ice cool. It's just a lot of shots you can't take that you would normally take. You just gotta adjust to. You gotta get used to. You're used to getting hit without the headgear on. That's the biggest thing. Like small gloves don't make a difference. It's pretty much getting hit without the headgear on and get used to it.
Yeah. And you win your first 10 fights, 5 by stoppage. Then you had a 6-round draw with Antonio Johnson. He was 7-0. What happened in that fight?
That fight, I pretty much just went in there and I say like the first 3-4 rounds just went in throwing a whole bunch of punches, just trying to. I still fought pretty much amateurish, but like a lot of combinations and punches, and I believe like the 6 rounds I started to get tired, and pretty much that what happened. But I was controlling the fight. I felt I was winning the fight, but what can I say?
That was your last fight of 2008. You return in February 2009 and you win 6 more fights in a row, including a September 2010 win over Joshua Marks at the Playboy Mansion. What's that like? I asked the former lightweight champion Julio Diaz, who also fought there before, how does it feel to kick someone's butt in front of a bunch of Playboy bunnies? How's it feel?
Really, at the time, like I just focusing on fighting, so I ain't really paid attention to that. The only thing is, like I ain't gonna say disappointed, but from seeing like the Playboy Mansion on TV, and like it just makes it like everything is real big. So I thought I was gonna go to this big giant mansion, and like when you get there, like besides with the tennis courts and the basketball court set, but before that, like everything like kind of small and kind of packed, like the grotto right there on the lawn. So like it's just like it exceeded my expectations that I thought.
Mm-hmm. And did you meet Hugh Hefner at all?
At the time, Hugh Hefner, he couldn't come down. He ain't come out the mansion. He was sick, so he told my promoter, to send his regards to everyone and let them know that he was sick and can't make it.
Wow. You then stopped Quentin Whitaker in 1 round, and then you fought Vincent Arroyo. First time you were dropped in a fight, you were dropped in the 3rd and in the 6th and 7th rounds, and you dropped a decision after 8 rounds. What happened in that fight? I'm sure it's not your best moment and your best thing to talk about, but take me back to that night.
The fight, I pretty much just drained myself to make the weight. I believe the catch was like 145. I came in like 143.7, 144. It just killed me. Like I ain't have nothing. I ain't had no power. I felt sluggish, and he just happened to catch me with 3 good shots. So that's pretty much what happened. He happened to catch me with 3 good shots. I ain't gonna take nothing away from him. Trying to blame on it was me being weak. He come with 3 good shots, and 1 shot that would have put anybody down that would have got hit with the hook. So it just was his night pretty much.
And you're 6'3", you should not be making 145, and you were dropped and you lost the decision. Then you took some time off. What did you do to what did that loss do to you mentally? And was it something
actually, before that fight, like I be telling a lot of people, like I haven't lost a fight in I don't know how long before then, from the amateurs to the pros. Even with the draw to Antonio Johnson, I still haven't lost a fight. I pretty much just had a big head. I was cocky, arrogant. I just thought like I couldn't be beat. I just really thought I couldn't be beat. Like I started to feel like I was Superman. And that fight right there just brought me back down to reality. And just let me know that I still have to work hard to get to where I want to be. Like, want nothing to be handed to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that when you hooked up with Jack Lowe as your trainer?
Yeah, that's why I go with Jack Lowe.
And what was the difference between Jack Lowe and your original trainer?
My original trainer more biased to mistakes I make. So if I keep my hand down low, you know, and somebody say something about it, we'll try to pick his hand up. His response probably be, well, he only human, he ain't Superman. You know, everybody make mistakes. Like, instead of telling me to pick my hand up or get on my mistakes, he just make up an excuse while my hand down low.
Mm. And that was your...
And with Jack, Jack, he went there. Pretty much just get your hand up.
Yeah. That was your only fight at 2011. You came back in January 2012 and you win 3 fights in a row with Jack, including a 10-round decision over 12-0 Udell Johnson and a 10-round decision over John Jackson, who was 13-0 coming into that fight. And that was on the undercard of the huge Sergio Martinez, Julio Cesar Chavez card. What was it like fighting on such a big show? Was there any added nerves fighting in front of such a large audience?
No, I really don't get into the crowd and, the show while I'm fighting on. Like, at the time, it really didn't mean too much to me. Not to me. It wasn't like I was one of the feature bouts on TV or anything like that. I was still fighting off TV, so it's pretty much just a regular fight to me. It wasn't no type of pre-fight jitters from the fight, nothing.
Yeah, and with that win, you picked up your first professional championship. You didn't become a world champion, but you won the vacant NABF light middleweight title. How'd that feel?
Actually, it felt too good to be true, because like all the way up to the fight, I had dreams about how it would feel to like win the belt. How it would feel. Like I had dreams almost every other night. And one thing I say is, like, no matter like how many times I dreamed about it, the dreams could never compare to reality. So like it was way better in reality than it was in my dreams to actually win it and to be holding it.
Yeah, it's got to be awesome. And your last 2 fights were in my neck of the woods right here in Connecticut. You stopped Michael Medina in 1 round, and that was on the Billy Dib Evgeny Gradovich card that was promoted by 50 Cent. What do you think of 50? What do you think 50 could do in the sport as a promoter, and what'd you think of him when you met him?
Well, like I said, what he do as a sport as a promoter, I really can't say, because well, boxing is about who you know, not who you is. So, if he get well connected with more, people as far as networks, he can go far. He can go a long way. As far as promoters, of course, he all picking good fighters to shine.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully he has the right fighters and the right connections. He'll be all right.
Yeah, and in your last fight less than a week ago, you made your HBO debut, and it was a tough fight against a guy who could pass for the twin brother of Arthur Abraham. Looked just like him. Take me back to your fight with Luciano Cuello. Tough guy.
Like I say, he pretty tough. He was a pretty tough fighter, pretty tough opponent. This fight, he was game. He came to fight. He came to win here. No matter how many shots I hit, what shots I hit him with, like, he was still there. And now there's something new to him, so I'm seeing guys and them they get hit back if they touch ball coming in. This fight, I just pretty much just lost the game plan. I wasn't there trying to take him out, big shots, trying to beat him in the better fashion than 2 previous world champs beat him. And I pretty much got my hook up, got caught up in the hype of the fight, and made the fight than it should have been.
Yeah, the fact that it was on HBO, did that make you want to impress more?
Yeah, that right there. He fought 2 world champs. I just want to look better than the world champs that he fought, to show that I'm the man.
Mm-hmm. It was a close fight, but I think that you were the busier guy. Cuello fought in spurts, but I think he won 4 rounds, and I think you won 6. But he was definitely a tough Argentinian guy. There's a lot of great fighters from Argentina nowadays, isn't there? Sergio Martinez, got Lucas Matisse and Abregu, and who knows, Cuello might stick around and you might see him again one day. Would you be open to a rematch?
Yeah, I go for a rematch. I go for a rematch, and I go to fight anybody.
And what was it like fighting a tough fight like that despite the cuts on your eye? I'm sure you were getting tired. It was a rough fight and a tough fight from a hungry guy. Tell me about that 10th round. He probably sensed that it was either... He probably sensed, too, that it was too close for him. Too close for comfort. Or maybe he sensed he was even behind. But he came out to end it in round 10. He got you with a scintillating uppercut. How hurt were you by that uppercut in the 10th round?
It wasn't too much of me being hurt from the uppercut in the 10th round. It was pretty much the cuts about my left eye. Like, I've never been cut before, so I didn't even know how to react. I pretty much panicked. I was trying to survive and not get hit again in the 10th round. Cause I couldn't see it all from the blood going in my eyes. And, you know, it was, like I said, it was tough. It was a tough round because he was on me. Like, he didn't give me time to recuperate, to recover, to think of nothing. He just came out the 10th round. You know, he came out swinging for the fences.
And you survived that, and after this decision was announced, which was a unanimous decision, and none of the judges' scorecards were bad at all. I agreed with Peter Carey's card. He said it was 96, 94. That's how I had it too. Judge Frank Lombardi and Clark San Martino both had it 97, 93. He simply wasn't as busy as you, but the audience still booed. I thought it was ridiculous because it was a tough, gritty fight from both of you. You didn't deserve that. You deserved that decision. You can argue a draw maybe, but you can't say that Cuello did enough to beat you. When you have a fight like that, though, what do you think of the crowd when they boo you after you know you put out and you know that you fought with all your heart like that? How much does it bother you?
Well, I can't control how the crowd or the fans think, so I just don't let it get to me. Can you win the fight from 4 rounds? Yeah, probably drop the guy in 2 of the rounds. But other than that, I didn't go down, didn't touch the canvas. He won the 4 rounds, and he won them big, but it's still only just 4 rounds he won. So
that's how I think.
I don't let it get to me. It's just something I really don't worry about.
It's incredible that you could do that. I think I'd be pissed off, to be honest with you. You know you put out everything you put out in the ring. Did you watch the fight? And if so, what'd you think of it? Because when it's going down, you can't keep score in your head. Did you score it when you watched it again?
Yeah, I scored when I watched it again. Like in the fight, they won like 3 rounds. When I watched it again, I gave him 4 rounds. When I watched it again, I gave him 4 rounds. But like far as how like the crowd was feeling, like boxing is one of those sports where it's a love you hate you crowd. When you win and you're doing good, they love you. If I went him with the bigger shot, and he would have been wobbling and running all around the ring, and they would have called it a draw or something like that, then the crowd would have booed anyway. So they're not looking at the rounds; they're looking at what actually like the punches and how it looked. So.
And you watched it the first time and gave him 3 rounds, and you watched it the second time and gave him 4 rounds. So don't watch it again; you might have it a draw. In retrospect, though, do you wish that you chose another entrance song? You came into the ring to a song by Sam Cooke. It's called "A Change Is Gonna Come," one of the greatest songs of all time. But it's not really a fighting song, Willie. Are you gonna come out to some fight music next time?
I can't say that because the fight before that came out with James Brown.
Okay.
So I just come out to the type of music I like. Fighting songs or not, it just songs probably reflect my life or reflect how I'm feeling at the moment. So that's how I pretty much choose my songs.
Well, James Brown could make you want to beat some ass. So James Brown might be the way to go. But I don't know about Sam Cooke. That song is a great song, but it's not a fight song.
It was a song that described my life, so that's why I chose it.
It's a great song, though. Boxing's a game that you can never be too good, and you can't know everything. There's always room for improvement. What do you feel like you have to work on?
Just pretty much into the game plan and just realizing that I can punch and I am strong, that I can't knock everyone out. I'm not going to knock everyone out, and just stick to the game plan. And if a knockout come or if I can land the big shot, land it when I can, land it and stop trying to force it.
And that was the opening fight on the big Triple G. Brutal stoppage of Matthew Macklin in the main event. I'm only asking you about that fight because you're not far from that weight class, and one day you might be in the ring with Triple G. What would you think about that?
I gotta feel about that. I gotta keep him on the outside and just keep on outside, pound my jab. Because one thing I can't say is he can punch. He is a puncher. He's a legit puncher. So, gotta keep him hitting.
Yeah. Yep. And you need time for those cuts to heal. Did you need stitches?
Oh yeah, I did need stitches.
How many stitches you get?
I got 6 and 8, 14.
Wow.
14 stitches altogether.
Yeah. And you're a gym rat. What are you gonna do while the cuts are healing? Of course, you can't spar. What are you gonna do?
Man, I'm just right now. I'm running, just doing like runs and stuff. Right now, I'm doing like runs and stuff, running. I'm just get back into the weight room, weights and stuff. I ain't gonna be doing too much punching or too much sparring or anything like that. I'm just taking light.
Mm-hmm. Right. When are you gonna be back in the ring again? Is there any talk yet?
Ain't no talk yet. It's people talking stuff. So hopefully I get to fight one of them, beat them up. So, but no, ain't no talk yet. So hopefully I get something late October, early October, around there.
Mm-hmm. I know you're a gym rat, and another thing about you, I know you love video games. What's your game of the moment right now?
Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Mm-hmm.
I just was playing online before I left out the house. I was playing online.
Willie Nelson. Willie the Great, appreciate your time and can't wait to see you in the ring again, my man. Thank you.
All right.